Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of FSEconomy with me, Herd 37. So our last flight we went from, KRKS up to Jackson Hole. And now we're using that same plane, that Twin Otter, to, actually we're going to end up back at KRKS. We're going to go from Jackson Hole to KPNA, I believe that's Alpine, Pinedale, actually, Wyoming, and then down to KRKS, which is Rock Springs, Wyoming. So it'll be 64 miles to, I keep wanting to say Alpine, Pinedale. And then on down, 78 or so miles. That'll probably be different since it's not going to be the same line down to Rock Springs. As you can see, we've got 15 people. We have room for 4 more. Let's take a look at the plane. 170 knots all the week we're cruising. I believe 170 is the red line, actually. I think last flight I was cruising around 130 knots. Anyway, it uses 110 gallons an hour, and it's got 198, so that should be plenty for our flight. I mean, not plenty, but should be enough. Let's go back over on my flight. Alright, so I'm going to take a look over here. This is Jackson Hole to winds. I keep wanting to say Pinedale. I want to say Alpine. Alright, so with the wind, we're going to take off on runway 19. There's a heading of 187. Look at winds. You can see it's basically going to be a crosswind. So I figured we just fly straight into runway 11. There's a heading of 111. And it says the runway is 7,083 feet. If we look at AirNav, I guess they lengthened it because it's got it at... Oh, no, it does have it. Yeah, it has it at 8,900 feet. Because that's what it did list it as, right? Let me see if I've got it right here. KPNA, yeah, length 7,000 feet. So I guess they've lengthened it. Doesn't really matter since it's FSX. We're going to come over here to EZDok at 13,500 feet. Then we got 055 degrees. And I think I actually can put that in the flight plan. Over to Vaxu. At Vaxu, let's see, we'll be at 10,000 feet. Then we go to a heading of 110. To Ubupi at 9,400 feet, Hanley at 9,100, and Doyed at 8,260 down to the runway. And I'll go ahead and we'll look at this from move that down to, let's see, KRKS. That we don't have to come back to this. There we go. Winds, you can see it's about 79 miles. We'll take off on runway 11. And then go down to Rock Springs. Sweetwater. I had the wind somewhere. Right here, we've got the wind. So I was going to come in and use the ILS. That looks like, if you can see the wind, that coming in here on runway 27 is probably the best choice. So we use the ILS. Alright, so we'll come over to Digny. Go back over here. Go over to Digny at 9,300 feet. Then on a heading of 270 to Epule at 9,300 feet. Then to Hebum at 8,700 feet and Watum at 7,800 feet. And the elevation of this airport and the runway are both 6,764 and 7,096 is the touchdown elevation of Pinedale. I keep wanting to say Alpine. So that's like when it's got I don't know, 7,096 or whatever. Yeah, it's kind of weird. So I guess they've just lengthened it. That must be what it be. I was going to say they could have made a mistake on one of them, but I think that's right. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and jump in the plane. Alright, everybody, here we are at the plane. Fly Solomon's livery. It's like the only one that will work with FSEconomy. I don't know why. Let's go over here. We got the green lights. Go ahead and start the flight. Make sure it's got it. We're good. Full screen it. And I looked in my other flights. I apparently did have a problem with the pneumatic air pressure warning. I don't know what's causing that. I know when you start up, you have a checklist, and Aerosoft actually says to use it, but I don't like that checklist. I don't like the on-screen stuff, so I did look at the checklist. I haven't got it printed off yet, but did notice one thing I did wrong, which was starting the generators before we started the engines. So I'm trying to remember not to do that. I've got this on external. It says DC source off. Maybe now it's on external. It still says off. Okay, so the DC master bus comes on. Bus tie. Turn on the anti-collision and position lights. Parking brake is set. Make it a little bit closer. I said 18% on the last one too. It's actually 12% into is when you actually start the engines. And by the way, you can see it's getting dark. Someone asked me if I could fly this plane a little bit at night, so I'll let it get a little bit darker. Just in case someone was asking why I'm starting it so dark. Alright, the bleed air is off. I actually forgot to turn the bleeds back on after I started last time. Alright, let's go ahead and start up the right. We're set at 12%. There's 10, 12. There she goes. Turn these messages off. Alright, looks like she's settled. Start the left. 10, 12, start that up. Felt like the plane moving there. I set the parking brake. I may have knocked it off. I probably did. I hit that button. Alright, so I turn the generators on. Switch that to auto. You can turn the bleed airs. I'm going to go ahead and turn them back on for now. I think we need to turn those off when we actually go to take off. Okay, the pitot heat can come on. I was wondering about the icing because it is night, so it's going to be cold. I don't know if we should turn the prop de-icing off, on, or what we should do. I'll leave it off right now. No smoking and seatbelts. Turn those warnings on. Alright. We can go up to, well, I was going to say 15.5. That might be a little high. Although at VAXU, I couldn't get the daggone coordinates again. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't with the flight planner in here. But at VAXU, it will be at 10,000 there. Or IDECA is actually 13.5. Although I don't know that we can get to IDECA. So 15.5 should be alright. I just want to see something. If we select the approach, I wonder what they'll have. You know what? I wonder, is that the right airport? KPNA. That's because that didn't list the right airport or runways. Unless, well, maybe it just has an NDB for 29. We're gonna be late on 11, so that would be the right one. All right. So nothing in there for us. So we're gonna take off on runway 19. That's a heading of 187. So go ahead and set that. Alright, we're good to go. Let's go ahead and on my taxi light, we'll turn that on. Alright, parking brake is coming off. Altimeter is set. I just hit the button for it. Come on, girl. You see how she stops like that? Struggle, man, to get this thing going straight. Now, did the pneumatic low pressure go off and then just come back on a second ago? I thought it did. I've been seeing things. Alright, so we'll head over to the right, by the way. I don't know how much runway we've got here, so we'll head over to the right. Make sure we get enough runway. Yeah, see, the pneumatic low pressure is going off and on. Oddly enough. Going too fast. Now, I wonder if the problem was the bleeds. Bleed air switches. Let's stop right here and see. We got tons of runway right there, don't we? We got not tons, but enough. Setting the flaps to 10. Go ahead and get off right here. And we're not going to say anything to anybody because I'm not using the tower. Come on, thing. You can do it. Ah, I thought we were going to make it to the runway. Alright, yeah, I think that's enough. We got the flaps set to 10. Just before we go. I'll turn the bleed air off. The strobe lights can come on. Turn the landing lights on as well. Yeah, I think the bleed air, why that happened. The pneumatic low pressure warning. Whoa, girl, don't kick the lift like that. Not quite full power? Man, I can't get over to the line for anything. Get up. Man, she gets up so quick. You can see we didn't have much runway, but she just doesn't need it. I guess that's why she can fly some of those high airports. I'm trying to think of that one near Nepal, Lukla. Alright, we'll go ahead and retract the flaps. Hit this, by the way, over to CDI, or we can hit CDI to get over to GPS. Start turning a little bit here. Just getting a little too nose up. Pull back on the thrust just a little bit. Climbing out of Jackson Hole. A little too nose up there. I want to take a look at the scenery. So I'll hit nav. Take a look outside. Hardly see anything now, plus it's getting so dark. I love this airport. I love the scenery. It's obviously by OrbX or FTX. Just a fantastic airport. Alright, so let's go up here. I'm going to turn the taxi light off. Bleed air is coming on. And the pneumatic pressure warning light did go off, so it is the bleed air. Good to know. Up to 15.5, we just hit 10,000 feet. Turn the landing lights off. Be a short flight, 60 miles to go. Like I said, we'll go up to about 15.5. No, back soon. It's at 10,000 feet. We don't really need to go that high. We could just go to 13.5 or so. Might be more sensible. flight track 127. The heading of the airport is 111. Go. It's almost straight in, it looks like. It's kind of nice as well. Clouds getting low. Central Rocky Mountains installed. We've got about 1,200 feet to go. Like I said, I'll cruise about 130 knots. Seems to be a good pace for this plane. Check one thing down here. These should be both empty. Right, they are. You see, this aft tank is a little over 4. The forward tank is right around 8. The forward tank usually does have a little bit more fuel. Aft tank. Feet to go. Level out. Once we get back down to 13.5, we'll reduce the power and try to get her to stay around 130 knots. Start reducing thrust a little bit. Conserve a little bit of fuel for us. Like I said, I already showed, man, we don't have any procedures for it. Come on back, trying to get her to 130. But I'm going to speed her up for a second. Should be high enough. And I'll speed her up for a second, be right back. Alright, everybody's slowing it down. I was a little late. We gotta really quickly. I was thinking we were going straight to Ideka, but no, this was set up to go straight to the airport. Pull back on the throttle. Altitude hold going off. We're 15 miles out, and we need to get down by about 6,000 feet. Hold that indicated airspeed right there because we need to go slow. Might want to actually get her a little bit slower. I'd really like to descend a little bit quicker than that, to be quite honest. Indicated airspeed going off. See if I can bring the speed down a little more. The indicated airspeed right there. See how increase the descent maybe a little more? No. I'm thinking we might have to go around. 13 miles and we gotta get down. It's at 7,000 feet. We've got about 5,700 feet to go. You see it's just coming up on the screen here. By the way, let me go ahead and use that heading here. The heading is 111. Switch us over to heading. Yeah, we just can't drop enough. Indicated airspeed off. So we need to go out to the right a little bit more as well. Out a little bit more to the right. What in the world? I have no idea what just happened. The autopilot came off, I know that. By the way, just because I don't have a whole lot of time, taxi light coming on. I don't know if I should turn the bleeder off or on. I'm going to turn it off while we're landing. If we land, it's debatable right now. We're so close. I think that's going to be us, as you can see in the distance. Need her to let me take control to get down a little more. I probably should have already done that a little bit ago. Let me take over. Oh. Might actually be able to get down quick enough. We're actually alright on our altitude right here. So it looks like we're on the glide slope. We're not, we're a little high now. Back the power. Just slow her down a little bit more. It sounds like the engines are still on. I think that's just on the props. Some speed of them. Now I'll increase the thrust just a little bit. I'm going to descend too quickly. A little high. Flaps to 10. That'll help pull off a little speed. It's a nice looking moon over there. Trim it out a little bit better. You see, it's kind of so sensitive. Looks like I'm jerking on the controls. I'm trying not to. Alright, flaps going to 20. I'm having trouble getting her to stay nose up in the trim. Add just a little more power. Or speed to get too low. Now see how it brings the power down? The prop speed? I don't know which it is. That nose just wants to fall, doesn't it? Flaps going to 30. Bring back the power. Drop on the altitude. All that we're on final. Back on it now. This is our first night landing this plane. This should be interesting. And a little bouncy. Although I guess this plane would be kind of bouncy in real life. Power's down. A little off to the left. Hopefully it wasn't too hard. Might come down slightly hard. I think it was too bad though. Past that intersection right there. Flaps retracting. I was going to say there's another runway intersection, but that's the next airport. There's one here. There's got to be somewhere, I think up here. Right up here, maybe. Get off this runway. It's crazy the sound of the plane because it goes up and down on its own. There is some kind of governor for the props, or I think I was reading at the manual a little bit ago. It said something about governors. I thought it was for the props or something at 70. I'm not really sure. It's just perusing it, the manual and the checklist. Like I said, I don't like the on-screen manual or checklist. Alright, stop right here. The taxi light is on. We can knock off the strobes. We can also knock off the landing lights. Stop the recording of it. Let's pull on ahead. Now so we're clear of the runway. Still looks kind of dim even with the taxi light on. Come on, girl. Here comes the extra power. Don't go too much. This looks like a ton of buildings for such a small airport. Is it Pinedale? I almost said Alpine again. I think it's Pinedale. Try and get their name right. Alright, we gotta jump outside. We gotta find... I was gonna go to the right. Probably just take me down here. We're not going to that fuel area. Let's just come down here. We might have to actually make our own little parking area. That's a problem at night because we can't find lane. Find parking areas. More difficult. I don't know why that keeps happening. Keep losing power. It's not good. I think it would be something with the generators or something. We know the generators are on. Alright, this is actually a parking area right here. Jeez. I'd have turned better if I knew that. Good lord. Taxiing this plane is a freaking adventure. Parking brake coming on. Alright, FSEconomy has no problem with it. I wonder if we should leave it running. I kind of want to leave it running just because... Well, no, FSEconomy is going to want to reload. Well, we can still do that. What do you say we just leave it running? Since these passengers are going to hop out, so why not? Turn our taxi light off. Torpedo heat. Leave that everything. Can leave everything else because FSEconomy can reload itself. So I'm just gonna let these people hop off. I'll pause it. Let these people hop off, and let's go over to FSEconomy and make sure we got paid. All right, let's make sure some of these people got off at Pinedale. Yes. Good. Let's check out the log real quick. I was just thinking, I could restart FSX, but I don't think I will. I think I should be able to get KRKS into the flight plan, so we should be all right with that. Let's go over to the log, and we'll check this out real quick. All right, for that flight, we got $3,052 for the income. Plane is $700 an hour. We use it for 37 minutes. It cost us $434.78. The fuel is $127.55. Additional crew $62.11. $305.20 for the ground crew and $457.80 for the booking fee. Total of $952.66. Distance bonus we got dinged. We're gonna get dinged on the next one too. $381.60. So we only brought in $1,282.97 for the flight. Although it was a short flight. Paid to YT Flyer. Apparently, YT Flyers lost $549.03. That can't be true. And I got 18 earnings this flight. Wait, so I made more than the earnings this flight? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. All right, let's go over to my flight. Make sure these people are ready. This will get us paid pretty good because there's 11 and they're all paying $889 for the 11. So let's go back over to the plane. I'll probably show the landing first. And as long as everything goes well, we'll take off, going to KRKS. What is KR? I can't. Rockville? Rock Springs. Alright, let's go on over. Alright, everybody, here we are back at Pinedale. It's a little bit darker now. I was going to fly it again, and right after takeoff, man, Hauppauge froze. Alright, so I just stopped the flight, and I thought, I'll just restart it. That daggone Hauppauge thing, man, sometimes it works so good, and sometimes it doesn't. I'm not sure if the problem is with it itself and the software, or if it's the fact that it runs on an old laptop, which is really slowed down, which I'm sure doesn't help, but I don't know. So it pissed me off. Part of the good thing is, because of that, I went back and restarted FSX, and I actually was able to get all those coordinates in. Digny, Epule, however you want to say it, Hebum, and Wadum, they were all in there, so I actually got the flight plan all made for that. So that's pretty daggone nice, but it's a little bit darker now. I've got this thing paused. Unpause it. Alright, got the greens. Start the flight. Alright, everything should be good. So everything should be pretty much where we left off because I just started it up again, that's all. Anti-collision lights and position lights are both on. Smoking fasten seatbelts. What is this? That goes to auto. Strobe lights are off. Bleed airs are off. Heat. I think you're off actually. Turn you on. And turn you on. Oh, there's another light over here. Dome light, I guess you could say. We got those. Looks really nice at night. I'll kind of leave that light on for a minute so we go to take off. We're set for 13.5. I've got the heading and everything into the runway is 111. So let's hit up ATC. So everyone where we're going. Take off on 11. Yeah, I think it's to the south mainly. We'll say it's to the south.
Kilo Papa, November Alpha, traffic to Havilland, Hotel, Fort Foxtrot, November Tango, taking off runway 11.
Get this down here in the corner. Turn all these messages off if I can. There we go. Messages are off. Alright, taxi light is on. Right? Or is it not? Maybe it just looks like it's on. Taxi light is on. Alright. So we'll turn to the right here. Go back out to our left. Parking brake is off. Flaps are coming out to 10. Alright, we've got to find our taxiway here. It looks like it's right over here to the right. Just can't see, especially in the dark. Where are you? Where are you, taxi line? We saw you when I was out. There's something right in front of us. No. Come on, man. This thing is not fun to taxi with and in the dark. I can't see anything. See, we gotta go to the taxiway, I guess, right there. That might be the only way. To get over to the taxiway and taxi on down to the right. I can't see anything. Taxiing with this thing is bad enough in the daytime, let alone at night. Oh, see, there she goes. Takes off. Just absolute craziness. Apparently the taxiway is down here. Oh dear. I don't know where the lines are. Don't care. We're just going to go straight. I said we're taking off to the south. I meant taxi to the runway. Daggone it. Here we go. There's a line. We found us a line. There's where I'm trying to go. Right down there. Jeez, what a cluster. This last flight has just turned into a disaster. After restart it, now all this. I thought I heard a jet engine there for a second. As well, but apparently not. Probably just some sound that our plane is making. Now if I can just get her to settle right there, it'll be good. Might be slightly fast, but I'd rather go a little fast than have her keep speeding up and slowing down, speeding up and slowing down. Take our first taxiway to the left. Need to get this thing over to the right. just likes to pull to the left, obviously. Get over. I don't know why you have to be so difficult with me. Probably stop her right around here. There's the line right there I was looking for. Alright, we've already announced that we're taking off to the south, because I screwed that up. I accidentally said it. So we'll turn on our taxi light, or landing lights, if I can talk. Strobe lights are on, bleed airs are off. Looks like everything is set. Looks good to me. Just turn that off. Flaps are at 10. See the notch right there, make sure. I went that way. See anybody that way? See if we can't get off and out of here. Alright, plane. Let me look at the props RPM. Looks like it doesn't negate or something. There, she just starts to budge. It's the hell out of me. Beats the absolute hell out of me. Why she does that? Alright. Let's go on and out of here. Not quite full power. Too much power. Catch the engines on fire. Let's go ahead and get it up. Trim her down a little bit. Have it. That's the other thing, when you hit the trim sometime in this plane, it overdoes it. I'm gonna go ahead and retract the flaps. Settle here for a second. Pull back on the power just a little bit. Like I said, you can catch the engines on fire pretty easily. This plane. Come over to the right a little bit. See if I can keep her around 1,500 feet a minute. Flying. Trying to gently go over to the right. It feels like I'm pitched way over to the right, rolling way over to the right, but I'm really not. Such a weird feeling. What do they call it? Spatial disorientation or something like that? Alright, level out, whoa. The wings level. Close to that line. CDI, autopilot, nav, about to come up on 10,000 feet. We're right on, pretty much down the line. Alright, 10,000 feet, lane lights go off. You get to the taxi light from here. I'll go ahead and turn the bleed air on. Like I said, we're going up to 13.5. It's not a very long flight. 79 miles from here, well, to Hebum. It should be to Digny. Why is it going to Hebum? I put in the flight plan Hebum, Digny, Hebum. Okay, so I need to like take out Hebum. Digny, Epul, Hebum, Watum. So I don't know how the hell that got in there. It should be before Watum. So that's going to screw things up. Nice. Just watching that speed. Got about 2,500 feet to go. Not very long, man. It feels like I'm pitched to the right. I think it's because of the way the light's coming off there, but where wings level. It's just an odd feeling. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and speed it up for just a little bit, and we shall be right back. Alright, everybody, slowing this down to normal speed. We need to get down to 9,300 feet. We'll take over, put this in the heading here in just a second. Switch off the altitude hold. Right there. Set this over to 9,300. Warning. And I don't think there's a tower. I would be surprised if there is a tower. KRKS. So it's a runway for landing. We're landing on runway 27. Full stop landing. And that's our position. We're going to make a left turn here. Just a second. That'll be to 092. Runway's over in front of us. hiccups all of a sudden. That's not good. Setting this up, 092. Don't really know how close we should get to the airport. Let me go ahead and switch it to heading. Still kind of high. Although 93 over to right there. Let's see, we're on our downwind leg.
Romeo Kilo Sierra, traffic to Havilland, Hotel 4 Foxtrot, November Tango is on downwind, runway 2.
I don't know how to get their lights off. I said 9,300 feet. We've got about 2,000 feet to go. It actually won't be a problem that's going to Havilland. The waypoint is screwed up because we'll be on the ILS before then. By the way, I've already set the ILS frequency 109.3. So that's already in. Probably should have let the speed go a little up a little more. Going kind of slow. In fact, we'll click that off. Let's speed up a little more. If she will. Come on, thing. There you go. Give me about 100 knots. There we go. Oh, don't go up in the air. Climb. Oh, hell. Come on, stupid thing. This is one thing I don't like about this plane. Is that kind of crap. I wish I could have it descend the way I want it to. See, she wants to trim up, but I have the thing off, and she wants to trim up. I don't understand it. I really don't like it how this stupid thing does that. I'm gonna leave it right there. Now we're going even slower and descending even less than before. See, it wants to trim, but why? And I noticed this thing was different. It says VNAV, but it's actually the terrain button. That's mislabeled. I missed that. So we need this to be about 9,300. See, she's fighting me. Even though I don't have the indicated airspeed on the altitude hold anything, so I don't know why it's trying to fight me. It shouldn't be. It needs to go down to 9,300. Take this off. By the way, I'm going to go ahead and put our landing lights on. I know we're not quite at 10,000, but with this thing fighting me, I want to go ahead and get it done while I'm thinking about it. I really don't get it. We've got about 700 feet to go. Come on, plane. I don't know why it's fighting me. I'm gonna bring the power back a little bit. Maybe that'll help. Sitting really quickly. Come on, plane. I'm putting the nose down myself. What the hell? Tell me how that makes sense at all. Tell me how that makes sense. Altitude hold at 9,300. Look at her pitching back up. What the hell is going on here? Altitude hold is set at 9,300. See if she'll continue to descend. I swear, this plane's there's some weird things going on. Alright, we need to turn. 182. See, I don't understand why that needed to be so difficult. And why it was fighting me, and then when I got to 9,300, I hit the altitude hold, and she went straight nose up on me. I just don't quite get it. Make sure we're at normal speed. Yeah. Okay, now maybe we can get this thing working correctly. Alright, and now let's set one our base leg. Hope you all can hear me. It gets really... This plane is one of those that's really loud. I always got to turn it down in editing. But, Dignity... well, actually it says it's switched to Dignity to Equal. Dignity's 9,300, Equal 9,300, then we go to 8,300, and then at Havilland, and 7,800 at Wyoming. Altitude of the airport... Trying to check this. 6,764 feet. I can see nothing. It looks like maybe some... That's not snow. I was going to say snow, but... Just an more arid area or something. Turn here in just a second. Can actually pull back on the power a little bit. Let's go to 272. And I've got this on GPS. We can actually just switch over to nav now, and it will follow that. Dignity to Equal. Didn't mess with the procedures because we've got it all good in here. Everything's already filled out. Like I said, 9,300 at Equal, so we'll stay right here. Then it's down to 8,700. I'm guessing that's Havilland, right? Yeah. Alright. Some flashing lights. I guess that's from the other runway. It's kind of confusing looking from here. Make sure I'm at normal speed. I'm going to switch this over. Alright. As you can see, we're actually a little low for this thing. Light circles above. In fact, we might be on the glide slope by the time we get to the next one. Now we're going to Wyoming, which is 8,700. I'm going to actually set this to 9,500 if I can. Down the power. out of the way really quickly. I think this is correct to switch off the bleed air when you're coming down to land. The indicate airspeed will come down a little. Actually, we're right on the glide slope now, so let's just go ahead and hit the approach hold. Alright, we're good now. Just trying to capture it. Alright, just captured the glide slope. Really can't see a thing. This is a crazy flight. I don't really like it that much. It's surprising I start out air hauler this way. Doing night flights all the time. Original air hauler. Bring down the power so we can just about start to get our flaps out. We're going a little fast. We're a little above the glide slope. I'd say that's probably because of our speed. Have to really bring down the power, man. She just doesn't but although it has us descending at almost what 900 feet a minute. All right, flaps coming out to 10. That should help. Some drag. Yeah, there we go. Help bring the speed down. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the flaps to 20. Try not to let the speed drop too much. I don't want to get too slow. We're still kind of far out on the approach, actually. Probably should have left should probably just be putting the flaps out around now. Sitting at about 500 feet a minute. Yeah, we're actually... I thought we were a lot closer there for a bit. But we're not. See, I was worried about getting that speed down because I thought we were a lot closer than that, actually. Because there are two runways here, so that's going to be from the other runway. They're not completely dissecting each other. Set this to 272. This air nav, I think it's now 270. For FSX 272. Fuel is good. That's about 3. That's about 7.5 maybe. Looks good. Flaps coming to 30, maybe slightly early. Speed down. Autopilot off. Looks like we're off to the left a little bit. To the right now. I drifted off to the left again. Good Lord. If it's wind, I don't think it is. I think it's just me sucking. Here we're getting lined up now. The speed's dropping a little too much. I was trimming it and it's just really... It's a huge hell of a difference. laps trying to get to this taxiway. At nighttime, I lost the line. There it is. Can't tell one line from the other sometimes. See, like, you can't hardly see it. It's right in front of us, I know. Are you kidding me? I just barely moved the power. Explain. The taxing is going to be the death of me. Strobes off. Landing lights off. Let's see where we're going to go here. I don't know where the buildings are. Those houses, I think those are just houses that are really close. You know what? I stopped using ATC and I shouldn't have. Should have thought out that we were on final and everything. So must be the buildings down here. Yeah, that was my bad about the ATC. I just get so concentrated on everything else, and I'm not used to really still having to talk to traffic and everything. God, sometimes she takes off so slow, and sometimes she just won't stop. She just takes off too quick. Good Lord. Plane. I love it. I hate the taxing, and I hate the descent part. I think the descent part on this plane kind of sucks. Which I guess is how it is in real life. There's no, like, VNAV or anything. Just gotta pull down the power and let it descend and hit the indicated airspeed. But sometimes it's been real easy. And sometimes, like this flight, getting down was kind of difficult. Not really sure why tonight was different. It was just fighting me. She was trying to trim it one way while I was pulling another, and I don't understand why it was trying to trim, because we did not have the altitude hold or anything on, so it's really odd that it was fighting me. Just stop right here. Take a look. They're on both sides. Take off like crazy. I just don't get it. Oh, and then she drops real low. That's why if I can, when I'm taxiing, if I can just find a happy medium, I'll just leave it. I wonder if it does have something to do with the governor system. I don't know. Looks like we can turn to our right here. If I can get her slowed down without stopping. Easy plane. Ah, man. Alright, I thought I was going to split off right and left. I was like, well, I don't know where to go. I don't like when these small airports have such big parking areas in all the buildings. It's like, especially at night, because I don't know where to go. Just kind of taxiing around. Like, do I go up further? Do I turn here? Probably a parking area up there. I can see the fuel area, so maybe that is the best area to go to. I don't know. Hang a right over here. Going the other way was probably better. Don't look to be too much stuff going on over here. No parking areas, I don't think. Lost the taxi line. Or did it just disappear? Oh, it's off to our right. Good Lord. Sorry about the taxing, but I hate taxing display. Maybe the parking area is up in here to the left in front of the other building. I tell you, I've about had it with the taxing with this plane. Please tell me there's some parking over here. That's all I need is to park. I don't have to taxi anymore. Alright, so what we're going to do is just go straight over to this building, because I don't see any parking areas. Just come to a stop. Since there's no parking spaces, we'll just park here like we know what we're doing. Alright, stop her right here. Good lord. I'm so glad to not be taxing anymore. Tonight, I mean, it's always been difficult, but tonight seems like a disaster. Taxing. Alright, you can smoke and you can take your seatbelts off. Turn off the de-icer boots. Heat can go off. Taxi light, we're no longer taxing, so that can go off. Yeah, I'll go ahead and turn the generators off. Cut the fuel. That's open. Set that to external. Master. Let's cut this off. She should be all shut down. I think I got everything off. Well, if I didn't, it's too bad because it's all off. Alright, let's go over to FSEconomy, get paid. Alright, here we are. Make sure it all got done. Yes. IT Flyers. Alright, $9,779. Where's the income? We rented the plane at $700 an hour, rented it for 57 minutes, paying $665.58. Fuel, $197.75. Additional crew, $95.08. Ground crew fee, $977.90. Alright, booking fee was $1,466.85. Costing us a total of $2,737.58. Alright, the distance bonus, we lost 469.44, just fine. Earnings this flight, $5,906.40. $5,863 to me and only $43.40 to IT Flyers. I don't understand that at all. But of course this all goes back anyway. $15,690. And I'm going to move this all over to 242291. Oh, we're up to 98,000, man. If we can get some more people to fly a little bit more, man, we can really get this thing going, though. So actually, we're at 6. That's we're actually over 99. We're not more around like 93 something. Alright, that's pretty good. I don't know. Purchase aircraft. Let's see how much do we need for a Baron or something. My model. Let's check out the Beechcraft Baron. Where's the B-58? Right there. Yeah, 350,000. So we're like not even quite a third the way there. Although I don't know that the Baron would be the right one to buy anyway. It doesn't seat a whole lot more than like a Cessna. But I mean, everything else, it's going to be so expensive to buy some of these other things. You know, like, let's check out what we were just flying. I wonder how much that thing costs. That's got to be a ton. Twin Otter. I was figuring out around a 1.2. It's actually a little bit cheaper than that. I'm surprised. It's only like, what, a little over twice as much as a Baron? That's kind of surprising. Especially when you think about the seating capacity and stuff. I'm glad that there are some available. Hopefully we'll be able to buy one day. Yeah. That's pretty sweet. I wonder how much, if I can even think of what it is. I think it's a Beechcraft, the King Air 200. Wow, that's just as much. Kind of surprised by that. Alright, well, you see how much work there is to be done, especially you YT Flyers people. Fly some more. You can see how much these things cost. Help out the group and we can get this thing going even more. Because we're up almost to 100 grand, maybe another flight or two, and I can get it up to 100 grand. If it pays like that. Let me search KRKS. Because that's where we just were. I don't think there was that many jobs, yeah. So like the Twin Otter's there, but I mean, there's nothing to fly with a Twin Otter. You don't want to, nothing pays good enough. Alright, well, that's going to be it for this episode, everybody. I hope you all did enjoy it. I'll catch you guys on the next flight.